Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I never thought in a million years I'd ever have to utter those words for real. I mean, I do it jokingly when I do my video recordings, but it's for real this time. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you to anyone that watched what I posted yesterday. And thank you to my new subscribers and welcome. It's day 2 of the, what did I call it yesterday? Phoenix in the Rain. Phoenix in the Rain, and day 2 of Unemployment Streets Adventures. So I haven't decided what the format of this vlogging series is going to be like, but I will be doing some sort of proper formal introduction at some point. But for now, I'm just rambling. And I find that walking really helps to just, well, one, stop me from keep crying in the house. And, I really don't want to be unemployed and fat. So, might as well. So I'm just walking in my favourite woods, just walking around. Haven't seen any dogs today yet. Hiya.
Hi.
So a weird thing happened yesterday that I wanted to talk about. So I posted this video yesterday because I've been procrastinating for such a long time about doing this. Then I did. I didn't really, have a plan. I just knew I needed to get something out. And I definitely know I've wanted to be creative for as long as I can remember. And for some reason, I have an AS level in theatre production or theatre studies, whatever it's called. I used to always try and direct stuff. But I always thought I had to be a certain, stereotype to be creative, which in my opinion did not involve being an accountant, which, by the way, I've been trying to get out of for the last 15 years. I've been an accountant now for about 20 years. So 15 of those I've been trying to get out of it. And they keep pulling me back in. Or maybe I just keep going back in because, bills don't pay themselves, innit? So anyway, after I posted what I posted yesterday and did the whole open to work thing on LinkedIn, I saw a post by Stephen Bartlett that does the Diary of a CEO, because I follow him on LinkedIn. Stephen, I need a job, so if you're looking for accountants with a creative flair, find me. But so he had this video about what's it called? Also, I'm perimenopausal, so my thoughts disappear before I can get words out sometimes. So that's another thing I'm dealing with. So he had this video about four tips for doing a CV, right? Or something. So, and there was a link to a YouTube video. And I love YouTube. YouTube is my favorite platform of all the social medias. And where am I? Okay. The good thing about rambling walks is you actually don't know where you're going, but something would turn up. So the video was about 40 minutes long, which I thought was odd. And initially I thought it was one of those fake videos, because I've never watched any of his stuff on YouTube before. But it was a behind the scenes of the Diary of a CEO. I have heard of the podcast. I know the man's on Dragon's Den. I know he's 32. I know he wants to be a dad. I know he's a founder. I know he invests in a lot of founder stuff, but I don't know much else about him because I haven't had time to. Oh, okay, we've got somewhere. I haven't had time to, like, really go into his life history or whatever. So it was 40 minutes long, and I was like, how long is this? 4 tips for CV something. But he did give the 4 tips. This is where I am now. Yeah. I see cars and houses, so at least I can go somewhere if I feel unsafe. But no, where I live is very, very safe. And I can fight. Anyway, so he gave the 4 tips, but then he also, which I thought were amazing, because randomly one of them is something I was going to do today anyway. I decided I was going to do a video CV type thing on LinkedIn, because I know for a fact my personality doesn't come out on paper. Nobody's personality can. And I can't do the whole, well, I tried to change the template of my CV to make it look more 2025, whatever that means. And I hated it, and I think I probably threw up in my own mouth. I was like, ugh. So I put it back to what it was. Because I always have to look at things as, okay, if I was a recruiter or hiring manager, what would I be looking at? I don't want too much, like, distraction on the CV. Just tell me what I need to know. Anyway, one thing he mentioned towards the end of the video was something about start making content. I was in bed. My toddler was lying across my head, as she does, like a cat. And my son was laying across my legs because they need mummy, And that's my first job. I only wish I got paid for it. And he said, start making content. And my eyes literally almost popped out of my head, because I'm like, oh my God, I started doing that today. And then he set a challenge of posting for 90 days every day. And honestly, when I started this thing yesterday in my place of slight despair, I was going to do it anyway. And then he mentioned about, I think he said something about embarrassment or something as the one thing that stops people from, should I go down here? Let's just keep going this way. No, I'll go down here. As something that stops people from posting. And I was like, I am too old to be embarrassed about anything. I am not embarrassed about anything. I did a talk show here on YouTube a few years ago, which I was so petrified to do when I was asked if I wanted to take part in it. I was so petrified. But then it was COVID. I thought we were going to die anyway. So I'm like, I might as well do something that scares me. So I did, and it was great. And I was completely myself. And as someone that... nature. As someone that can talk about anything, has an opinion about everything, I was like, okay, let's go. And it was done by a trusted friend. So I was like, I have nothing to lose. So I did it. So the fear is gone already. But then over time, I've always, perimenopause, I have no idea what I was trying to say. Anyway, so, I always have a reason to not do something. I always manage to talk myself out of it. And this one decision of posting yesterday has been in the works for, I want to say, maybe since March. Because when I was leaving my previous employment, before this latest previous employment, I need to sit down. That was an incline, boy. I said to my ex-colleagues, I will launch my YouTube channel. You will see me on YouTube. And it's like, oh my God. Even though I heard myself saying it, I didn't kind of believe it. I was like, you know how you have two sides to you? There's like, one is like, yeah, come on, let's go. And the other one's like really cautious, which I think is fine. And a couple of people this year said to me, you need to do YouTube. You'll be good on YouTube. Is there a bench there? I need to sit down. And I was like, yeah, okay. And granted, the only thing on my channel right now is a music video that I filmed to mark my 40th, because I didn't really want to spend the money feeding people jollof rice, because that's what everyone was doing, or destination birthday things, which are great, but I was like, I want to do something for me. I want to do something that I've always wanted to do, which was to be in a music video as a video vixen. And I chose a video that was just me in it, because then if I didn't, I'd find a way to convince myself that everybody else on the video was better than me in more way, shape or form. So it was just me. And I picked a song that resonated with me. And at the time, I honestly didn't. I wanted to do it quietly and just post it on YouTube and just leave it there. Actually, I wasn't even going to post it on YouTube. It was one of my friends that was like, no, you have to put it on YouTube. And then he even tagged the artist, which I was so embarrassed. But I have an army of lawyer friends. So I had checked with one about copyrights. Because one thing you find out about me, I'm very allergic to crime. I couldn't even take a speeding ticket on behalf of my husband when he was driving my car. Never. So, so most things I'm scared of, I've kind of confronted. Oh, there's a bench. Thank you, Jesus. I've kind of confronted, and, it's fine. But I am taking on the challenge of posting for 90 days. But the only thing I want to say is, for anyone watching this or subscribing to my channel, this will not be any sort of fancy production yet. Because one thing that also stopped me from doing YouTube was like, oh, it's not going to look good. It's not going to look polished. Blah, 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 blah. And then I saw this young girl's video like a few months ago that actually convinced me to do it, where oh my goodness, she basically, look at this bench. It's made from one of the trees that fell here or something. Oh gosh. She basically, I look a hot mess, but we'll be doing glam later for my LinkedIn CV. She basically said, like, just do it. And then she kind of talked a little bit about how she did it. And that was one thing I'd been looking for a long time. Like, what do I do? Because I'm one of those people, if I'm going to do something, maybe it's a Nigerian in me, I don't know. We like to do the theoretical part of something and then do the practical and then do it properly. And if possible, get a certification for it at the same time before we can then do anything. So I was waiting. And then I got busy, life, kids, whatever, new job. So I was like, okay, let me give myself, I got 10. Let me give myself 6 months to learn the job. And then I'll learn video editing. And then I will do the video properly. And then it's going to have so-and-so intro and outro. I even started via podcast a few years ago. And I sent it to I only told a couple of friends what the podcast was called on Spotify. And she listened to it and she loved it. And she's like, keep going, do it, blah, blah, blah. But I allowed imposter syndrome to get in the way. And I stopped doing it because I felt like I needed the podcast kit. I needed the the mixing desk and this and that. Again, excuses. But it's anyway, I do drift a lot, but I will try and be as focused as possible while doing this. One of my career/life coaches has said to me the one thing I need to learn is focus, but I'll get into why that sometimes is a problem for me. Not just perimenopause, is something else as well. And I told my husband earlier this year that I wanted to do YouTube, and the kind of husband I have is also one of my best friends, and he, even if he doesn't say much, I know from his body language or his eyes, his face, what he's thinking. So when I said I was doing it, he wasn't, I was like, okay. So, and that's the only person's kind of blessing I need to do this. I'm not scared of anything. And the other thing I realized last night, when I say last night, I mean at 4 a.m. this morning because I was still awake, is that I don't have fear anymore of anything. I don't have fear of the future. I don't have fear of, oh, where's my next paycheck coming from? And it's that thing of, I've always said to myself, I always want to be practicing my faith in terms of whatever I believe in, I have to live it. It's not something I can just read and understand, and I need to actually live it. So that's where I'm going to stop this video, because I can ramble for a while. But my main thing is, I'm going to do this for 90 days. It's not a 90 days and done. It's a 90 days and let's go. And I will do I'll do a video of me getting ready for my LinkedIn. Hi. It's a problem with nature. They'd like to walk all over you. I will do a getting ready with me video. God. GRWM. When I'm getting ready to do my LinkedIn CV, and then I will give a bit more intro of who I am and whatever. But I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank God for this moment, for where I am now, and for the fact that I'm not in my house crying. And I want to thank my husband, my children, and my best friends that, if I called you or sent you a message on Wednesday this week, then you're part of or Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday, you're part of the inner circle of trust that I've managed to build and been blessed with. So that's it for now. The next time you see me, I'll be a bit more glam. And yeah, you may not get an intro video, exit video, whatever it's called, until after 90 days, because this is going to be very unedited and very raw and very real. All right, okay, that's it for now. How do you stop this thing?